Welcome to May, all you comic fans across the world. That's right, new month. It means a new comic tag video. Let's have some fun. And for more comic books and comic related content, head over to genoscomics.com. Okay, comic fans, we are in a new month, and I had this idea last month, kind of plotting out some of the questions I had. I want to do a new monthly video, either monthly or bi-monthly, just a new comic tag videos, bridge some more, just everybody else in the comic book community, connecting people, make it more interactive, all that good stuff, just like the early days when I first started on YouTube. So I kind of wanted to bring that back, new theme, as they always are. And so for this one, just five questions, kind of with the reader perspective here. So yes, and again, I'm gonna tag people, tag 3 people at the end of this. I'm gonna tag more just because I'm a bit of a maniac and I'm starting it off. But figure everybody else just tag at least 3 people. And again, just kind of that whole 6 degrees of separation just kind of spread out there. And again, interactive and just gonna have some fun. So I'm gonna read out all the questions, and then I'm gonna go through each of them myself, and then drop the tags at the end there. So let's start off with, what was the last comic you read, and what did you think of it? For this one, it doesn't have to be a single issue. It could be a single issue, collected edition, or graphic novel, whatever the last comic related thing that you read, and some brief thoughts on it, however you want to do that. Question number 2. What's an indie title that you think doesn't quite get enough love? One that's just stuck with you for whatever reason, and you're like, you know what, people aren't talking about this enough. Social media, YouTube, reviews, whatever, comic sites, just whatever it is, you're like, you know what, this is just one that stuck with me. I dig it. More people need to talk about this one, get this in their minds, and yeah, and enjoy that story. Question number 3. What's a quote from a comic book that has stuck with you from no matter what it is? It could be something funny, something serious, humorous, just whatever, just any quote that has stuck with you, and just something that just always think about, either just thinking about the joy of comics, and that quote might just pop itself right back in there because it's never gone away too far. Question number 4. What's a small moment in a comic that's made you smile or laugh? It's something that's kind of similar to the last one, but it's just anything else. It doesn't have to be a specific quote. It could just be something, a picture in a comic, just an image or a reference, whatever it is, just something that's kind of made you smile, laugh, because you know what? I love comics. Like, this is why. This is just another reason. Evidence piece 4,000 why I love comics. This is it right there. And the last question, I had actually reworded this one because originally it was just going to be focused on any comics, but I figured, you know, we're going to make it to the full range. What are some comic books that you find yourself frequently recommending, either when you come across people who's like, hey, what are some books I should check out? Or new people just getting into comics, like, hey, you know, you're getting into comics, here's some books that you might want to check out just because for whatever reason they're critically acclaimed, just great stories, great storytelling, putting creators, whatever it is. So yes, now we're gonna get into my answers for all of these. Question number 1, what was the last comic you read? Kingdom Come, fun, but this is one I've been after for some time. Finally got a chance to read this one, and I'm still kind of going through all the back matter there. Lots of extras back here, but this is just one I wanted to read. Mark Waid, Alex Ross, 2 fantastic creators, storytellers I've always enjoyed. I did like it for the most part. My biggest complaint is the action. And you have all these characters in here, the old guard, the new heroes, and I didn't think there was the action the way I wanted. It was kind of these big, massive things, or the layouts were just kind of these shots, and then it was just kind of, that was it. I wanted some more focused battles, maybe, I don't know. There's a little breakdown of some more of the fights that were going on there. So I didn't feel that there was enough of that. You did see with Superman and Shazam and some of the other ones in there, but I just wanted more action, like more focused action, like follow some flow and just do some of the storytelling that way. And there was, like I said, there was some of it, but I just wanted more. I definitely love my action, obviously. So yeah, Kingdom Come, DC, still a good read, and I definitely still recommend checking that out. Question number 2. What's an indie title you think doesn't get enough love? Going back to this one, East of West. I've mentioned this one before. Image Comics, Horseman stories, always like right up my alley. Same with like superheroes, spies, assassins, ninjas, samurai. Anything involving the 4 Horsemen, I'm absolutely going to be checking it out. So another one is, it's related, it's from Vertigo. What was it? Was it just called 4 Horsemen? I think it was. It was a 4-issue series, but this one, I don't know why. This one just Some people do talk about it, and maybe it's just because of the concept is just so kind of, it just feels big. But yeah, East to West, definitely recommend. If you want some, just something wild out there, you should definitely recommend checking it out. And here's a look at some of the interior there to give you an idea of what the book looks like. So East to West, Image Comics, go check that out. I think it ended up being 41 issues. It was 41, between 41 and 43 issues. I forgot the final issue number, but something like that. Question number 3, what's a quote from a comic that has stuck with you? I always go back to this one. I've shared this one a lot on social media. It's from Civil War. It's between Emma Frost and Tony Stark. And just Tony Stark, obviously you've got Team Cap, Team Iron Man. And Tony Stark, this is Tony Stark's effort to kind of get some more, especially get the mutants on his side, because that will definitely sway any debate, any conversation, any battle. And he's out there, they're talking. They've had many interactions before, but this one, Emma Frost kind of hits him. Where were the Avengers when Genosha died? Where were y'all when our babies were burning? And it's just kind of one of those things where you look back at all the different conflicts. Now, grand scheme, obviously, because the Avengers were probably just doing something else story-wise, but within the world of the Marvel Universe, like, hey, where were you guys? We were going through this. This is the whole genocide of Genosha. The Avengers were nowhere to be found. And yeah, so like now you come at us when y'all going through this issue, the registration debate, and now you want the mutants to come into play here. But where are y'all at when Genosha was going through it? The mutants were having a terrible time. The Avengers were nowhere to be seen. Where are you at then, Tony Stark? Huh? Iron Man? Where you at, Shellhead? Exactly. You were nowhere to be found. Mutants were handling on their own. Now you want to come over here? Get out of here. We don't want no part of this. Of course, they did end up being involved because there was the Civil War XMen tie-in, which was 4 issues there. So there's that. But then again, this one just still is always just stuck with me. So yeah, shout out to Emma Frost sticking up for the mutants as always. Question number 4. What's a small moment in a comic that's made you smile and laugh? This one here, I always think about this one from a Punisher book. It's an interaction between Punisher and Moon Knight, and just kind of catching up in 2 maniacs sort of way. And just the dialogue there, it's just the one panel. There's a couple panels surrounding it, but this specific panel is usually highlighted by a lot of people within the comics community because it's just an interaction that is just pure comics fun, and we love it. And it also goes back to, kind of harkens back to why these massive shared universes of Marvel and DC stick around, and they just have such a longevity that they have these interactions right here. Because you get these, again, the shared universes, you get these interactions between characters and teams, and these massive stories, or even just smaller ones, like this one is. And that's just part of why they've kind of endeared to us, because you get these, again, just those interactions, and sometimes the character interactions and relationships are what sticks with fans the most, because they can be so endearing and just kind of hit you on an emotional, from an emotional perspective. And that's kind of where you tug at the heartstrings or just the imagination, and that's what sticks with people the most. So this is kind of just there, and it's just funny. And you got 2 maniacs and Moon Knight, Punisher, and they just be doing some crazy stuff. So yeah, so that was that one. This was from, I don't remember what volume it was from. It was at least 10 years ago, several Punisher volumes ago. But yeah, it was just fun one there. And last one, what are some books you find yourself frequently recommending? So this one, I'm definitely gonna go back to my favorite comic story, X-Men: Fatal Attractions. I just picked this one up. This is X-Men Milestones, Fatal Attractions. It has a whole bunch of issues in here, but including Uncanny X-Men 304, which is my favorite single issue of all time. But yes, Fatal Attractions, I always recommend this. Tons of creators, tons of characters, and all the different teams. Magneto, the Acolytes, Exodus. You got the X-Men, X-Factor, X-Force. Excalibur in here, yeah. Wolverine, X-Men Unlimited issues in here is included as well. Yeah, just good times. Another one from Dark Horse, we got Lady Killer, Joel Jones, and Jamie S. Rich. But Joel Jones especially is an outstanding comic creator, fantastic storyteller. And this one's actually getting adapted into a Netflix series at some point. I think it was Netflix. I don't know. There's 2 volumes, 2 5-issue miniseries. Definitely go look into Lady Killer. Again, Joel Jones is just an insanely talented person. So shout out to her. Umbrella Academy, can't get enough of this first volume. There's 3 volumes. First volume, Apocalypse Suite, is one of the best books in comics, period. The other 2 volumes, Dallas and Hotel Oblivion, aren't as good, and I honestly think they fall out quite a bit from this one, but I don't know if this one, just because this one sets the bar so high, I can't explain it, but it's just dope storytelling. If you checked out the series, was on Netflix? I think, yeah, Netflix, that was cool, but telling you just read the original book, it is just, I don't even, just brilliant storytelling. Yeah, just to give you an idea of some of the series there. Yes, Umbrella Academy, Apocalypse Suite, Gerard Way, Gabriel Ba. And then this one, this is no stranger. If you followed me for a while, you knew this book was probably coming up. Boom Studios, Translucid. Can't get enough of this one. I had all the single issues, but I wanted to pick up a collected edition of it. This one for fancy reread, Sanchez, Eckert, and Bayless. So just stupid great storytelling. This psychedelic ass book needs to be on your bookshelf. You need to check this out. That just kind of deconstruction of the superhero and supervillain archetypes and that relationship between the two. Yes, go check it out. And one bonus one, because I always forget, Civil War. I have a collected edition now, and I just didn't pull it out for this one because we all need some visual aids. I love a good show and tell. I just love rereading Civil War. I had so much I had to pick up that collected edition because I was always pulling out the individual issues to reread them. So yes, that is that. So yes, all 5 questions there. And now for some tags. And as I said, I want you all to tag 3 people. And I'm doing more than that because I'm just being a maniac and I can do that. So first up, Indie Comics and Reviews, Picture Book Drama, Just a Weekend in His Comics, Big Herm Collectibles, Vegan Super Kick, Dan and Girl Comics and Collectibles, The Neighborhood Merc, and Big Lion Cat 646. Again, I was just like, oh, who can I tag? And I was thinking, oh, this person. Why the hell not? I want to see what they're gonna see what their answers would be to these questions. But then I just kind of went wild with it. So I'm just doing that. You can tag 3 people. If you want to tag more, feel free. Have some fun with it. Again, this is all just about making more interactive between the comic book YouTube community, YouTube comic book community, and everybody else, from bigger YouTubers to smaller YouTubers to seasoned comic book fans to newer comic book collectors and readers who are just getting into the hobby perhaps, or just getting back into it, and just bridging everybody together. So let's make it interactive. Let's have some fun. So that is that. Yes, it is May. Let's do a free comic book day coming up into the week. Go support your shops. Happy reading, happy hunts, happy collecting. This is Genos Comics. Thanks for watching and peace out.